to the daily raffle. It was Tuesday, the 4th of June, 2024. I'm not gonna go too crazy into detail tonight simply because I have to do a private patron react video over an hour. Well, an hour, but then uploading it and everything. So because of that, I need to get to that, so I'm not gonna elaborate too long in this video. But in a nutshell, podcast today was fun. We talked about some gaming news, updates, and things like that. And then we started a new game called Pro Country. Why did we play Pro Country? Because you guys recommended it, told me all about it, said it was right up my alley, said it was a game that people would really enjoy watching me play, because it emulates kind of like a PS1 survival horror experience, like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, and yeah, it was reviewed very highly. For this game, $20, started playing it today, played for around 3 hours. I like it. It does feel like a classic survival horror, but with quality of life improvements. You can rotate the camera fully. The game runs at 60 frames. The actual combat controls are much better than old survival horror games. But the
to be a father, you're locked in. For those 18 years and really for their entire life, you need to be with those children. You need to provide and protect for those children and give them the best chance at success possible. And he didn't do that. He's a failure as a man. He's a failure as a lawyer. He's a failure as a YouTuber. He's a failure all around. And it's just, the mess cannot be swept. Least of all by Nina Infinity. So Kayla, apparently, according to him, is saying that he is the best kisser she's ever been with. Oh! But it gets worse for Rakeda, somehow.
The person she put in second was not Nick, and I'm like, that's fucking cold.
Let's go into folder 4 here and have a look at what Aaron has been saying recently. So first we have him. This is it. The divorce is official.
She signed the papers.
She signed the papers. Him and April are officially divorced. So there's another marriage that's been destroyed, sacrificed on the altar of Rakeda's hedonism, his degeneracy, his desire to swing and cock and be cocked. This entire marriage just totally burned down. It's destroyed. Amazing.
I'm laughing. The chat is putting in applause. No, but yeah, no, for real, yeah, you're right, you're right. It is f***ed up. I mean, it's better that it's done.
Yeah, Zumak, it's a development in my life. I was informed by my auto insurance company that a claim that had been made back in March that I was aware of, my now ex-wife hit a deer, and she had not gotten any kind of estimate or got any money sent out for this claim. And it got, the check for the claim got sent out yesterday. And I called the insurance company and said, hey, just wondering, you know, where's that check headed to? You know, seeing as it's my insurance. And sure enough, it was Spicer, Minnesota. So
that's where the Rakedas live. Now, when you think about this, it's kind of crazy because it might honestly mean that there was no plea deal, there was no flipping, there was no snitching on April's part.
Yeah.
Because if she's still there, I guess she didn't snitch. She didn't turn on them. Maybe the police, because it was somebody else's house and, you know, they couldn't charge her with possession. It was hard a case to make. They dropped the charges on her.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's still involved with them. But that's absolutely insane. After the house has been raided and everything
And
like
been
that.
exposed on the internet. Everyone knows about this now. You know what it is? It's probably like what you said. She's probably on drugs, right? Or obviously was on drugs. And this was not rock bottom. This was
No.
not.
And it's not for the Ricadas either.
It's insane.
And they're doubling down on the polycule.
What the?
Which is like one of the most degenerate parts of all of this, if not the filthiest, sleaziest part, that they're engaged in like weird polycule cuckery on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue that behavior even as it shames and humiliates their children, as it shames and humiliates their reputation online and hurts the business and hurts the super chats and all that. They're still going to persist in that? That's filth, man. That's
Interact too. She didn't think that he would phone the insurance, right? And like her tweet, remember, I didn't do this. This was someone else did this, like to me. She's probably referring to Aaron. How much I bet she's throwing Aaron completely under the bus? You brought me there. You bought the truck. I bet you she's like saying he bought the truck and shit too.
I would say, like, he probably shouldn't even be saying this shit, because let's bring up, if this is true, it's a big Aaron L. Why? Massive L. Because his wife is now Ricada's slave. Forever.
Yeah, he's worsening.
Like, he's utter fucking cocked. Well, no, so, like, he doesn't have Kayla.
Sure.
He doesn't have April.
Yeah.
He's just a totally cucked out bitch. Like, his fucking wife is snorting coke off Ricada's right now. Getting down by Nick Ricada and Kayla and degenerate fucking orgies. Like, he's felt it as
Yeah. No, it's felt
It's
it.
bad.
It is a felt thing, but he threw her out at least, I guess. Like, I'll say that, like, yeah, it's cocked, but at least.
She's taken the ball,
He
though.
divorced. Now, he's gonna say here, apparently, so he's divorcing her, and she apparently wanted him to sign an NDA before the divorce. Now, watch this. This is interesting.
I think after the arrest, the band got back together.
So wait, they sent it to Nick Ricotta's house?
Yeah, P.O. Box.
Nick Ricotta!
Isn't that
That's
something?
almost as good as Recchietta. From
How is that
I like how Aaron doesn't even, like fucking correct him, you know?
illegal?
I don't know if it is or not, and I wasn't gonna be a dick and cancel it or anything. Like, I wasn't gonna be a dick and be like, oh, that's the wrong place. Like, I don't.
Aaron L. Aaron,
on.
you should have canceled it.
Bring it up, another L.
Aaron!
Aaron,
You should have canceled that shit!
we got Baldo'd again.
That
Baldo'd
cancel
and bamboozled.
that, oh my gosh. And you, Ash, you know where that check is going, right? Right to the coke dealer.
No, it's going right up her fucking nose.
Yeah.
Who needs a vehicle when there's snow bunnies?
Right? Yeah.
Thumbs up, everybody.
It's over. I get to,
So
move on
who
with my
and
life
bottoms
and
up
get
for
away from that
everyone
shit show. But
who's
I just,
attending my
I
stream
can't believe,
today.
like, your life is f***ed up as it is, and now you're gonna go back into the place that got you into all this trouble. I mean, best of luck.
So wait, so she was, it was your policy, it was a joint policy?
Yeah, I think she's still on it. I'll take care of that this month, but,
Then she could just change the mailing address?
or did
Yeah,
you
how
address
does
that to
that
check
work?
now too? Yeah, I guess. I didn't know you could do that, but she did.
If it's an
And,
Aaron's
You
name,
should
how
have
can she?
canceled it. That bitch.
Yeah.
Don't they have to check with you? Aren't you the primary, insurer?
Apparently not.
I mean, it is my policy. She's on it. I mean, it's her vehicle. She's on.
Who is this again? Is it just Kevin Nealon?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
my
sure.
policy.
Isn't this guy a little old to be live streaming? This guy looks like he's 1 foot in the ground.
Kevin, what's his name? It's Dave Landau?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
David
my name,
Landau.
but my
It's
name
not
is
Dave Landau.
on the check. I wonder if
Brennan. Kevin
You know-
Brennan.
Jimco Brand Felt is saying this is a low-key admission that he changed the address. Did he change the address himself to Spicer because that was his plan as well to move in over there? I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Oh! Wait.
Because as of 6 weeks ago or whatever, they were all cool in the gang, and this apparently happened in January, this car accident. So it might have been that Aaron himself changed the address and he's blaming it on April. Would not be surprised.
Ooh. Mystery thickens.
He's gonna say in the next video, or one of the videos we're gonna play, that the plan was for them to move into the other house the Ricadas own next door, and for them to form a permanent polycule where they would be raising Ricadas' children,
You make a
and
point there.
Ricadas would be raising his kids. So that was the plan. So he probably already moved all of his shit over to that address in anticipation of that, and then something happened where he got totally brutally cucked, and now it's over, and he can't handle being cucked on this level.
I wonder if I'm going to have to endorse that as well, which that'll be funny.
How do you know your name's on the check?
It's well, they send you like on the app. They show you what they sent, and yeah, my name is on it.
So it's both of you on the check.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
What the? Kevin's just like,
I don't think he believes. I don't know.
Sunday weird days of the West.
Down.
Right? Yeah, that'll be very interesting.
All right, so but you did sign the papers.
Yeah.
So I guess right now, by the way, as well, I just heard in chat that Nina Infinity is banning anybody who questions her nose guarding. So I would advise people, if they wish, to go give Nina Infinity a piece of
Nina Infinity.
N-I-N-A Infinity. And it's the children's fault.
She's saying it's the children's fault, and we were wrong for being critical of Ricada?
Right.
What?
Every single day we're just more and more right, that we were righteous to be critical of Ricada. The people who are sweeping are more and more wrong every single day. And next week we're apparently potentially going to get the body cam footage that I think will be the final nail in the coffin on all of this shit.
Yeah,
Like, I just can't wait for that righteous day of vindication, where all of these Jannies have to face the fucking out and snap their broomsticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Or out and face judgment in day.
And by the way, guys, follow us on Twitter at Yourski for me, at Power of the Truth. Our links are down there below, right? Follow us, because on that day, if it's 4 p.m., the body cam footage drops. We will go live in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
within
that.
Within an hour, body cam footage coming out. We're gonna be live. It doesn't matter if it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, noon, 4 p.m.
We are fucking setting our alarm, okay? We're setting our alarm for the morning. We'll be waiting, okay? Nina apparently
Stream 3 now and then 10 p.m.
She's
We'll cover it on the next show. By the way, guys, we got into Gumroad. We got this week in Cocked Out. We plan on doing some more Gumroad content this week as well, getting back into the flow of it as things somewhat return to normal and there's not crazy happenings every day.
Thanks to the dog running on the floor, laughing, running on the floor, laughing, running on the floor, laughing.
Content, all sorts of podcasts and shows on there. We've done the full archive of all of our episodes, and so we also show watches. We watch Australian rock, stuff like that. So down below is a link to the Gumroad. You can subscribe to it. It's only $10 a month. I guarantee you, if you've never been subscribed before, you will get your value out.
Oh, and by the way, you can download every episode once it's uploaded. Like, download it and play it on anything. So you can put it on a freaking put on your PC.
Yeah.
You can watch it whenever. It's all uncut. Everything's uncut, so it's just like the full episodes. I think Kick holds episodes for 22 days. So we got, I think, over like 100 eps there. Plus...
And tons of other shit too.
Today, an archive of the first 59 episodes of our show. Because when our channel got banned, we lost a lot of the episodes.
You found it?
So yeah, so we're going to be putting up the earliest episodes as well.
Wow.
Oh, that should be exciting.
By the way, for everyone who is sub to it, and go sub now. It's $10 a month and it supports our show here as well. I'm going to be having every really big folder now, so I'll be like splitting it up and organizing it. So guys, thank you so much. Apparently she's seething about PPP. She better be. You know, I'm seething about her supporting children going hungry.
I mean, that's what's crazy. Like, you know, I might be a fat, but I've never stolen food from children to support a coke habit.
You know?
That's her guy. So I don't know how she can really defend that. It's not true. Okay. All right.
We will
hear
be.
out Aaron here some more.
before the arrest, it was looking like it might be a little back and forth, and then after the arrest, it got signed pretty quickly.
But wait, before the arrest, wait, she thought she might hold out on you?
Well, she wanted an NDA.
Oh.
She said, you can't talk about me on the show. I'm like, you were a co-host on the show for years. I talk about my life on the show. I'm going to talk about my divorce on the show. I'm divorcing.
I also kind of think this is bullshit.
Whoa.
I don't think she wanted him to sign an NDA so he didn't talk about her on the show. I think Ricada was trying to get her to have Aaron sign an NDA so he couldn't talk about any of the degenerate shit that went on.
Not
like,
yeah.
Aaron is always telling like these half-truths that we have to like divine the real truth out of him, because he knows that the real truth makes him look really f***ed up and really horrible, so he has to tell these half-truths. And it's the same thing when he, like, on our show, he was trying to claim, oh, the children never went hungry, they were fed, whatever. Then a few days later, it comes out that the children were hungry and stinky, and then he's ranting and raving about how we should have fed the kids, and I tried to fight to feed the kids, and Ricada wouldn't let us feed the kids, stuff like this. So the guy is desperate to try and spin any narrative to make himself look as positive as he can, instead of just admitting the real truth. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I'm not signing, and my lawyer too was like, we're not signing an NDA, no f***ing way. And she was kind of holding steadfast on that. And then after the arrest, there's really no way you can get an NDA after something like that. So it got signed, and then we were done, last Thursday, I think? Last Wednesday,
So you can't get an NDA after because, it would just be laughed out of court?
Yeah, I mean, you're a news story now. You got busted in a house full of drugs, guns, and children. I mean, yeah.
Sounds like a Warren Zevon song.
It really does.
Yeah, I offered her 40 grand a year, but,
So this guy, did this guy offer April $40,000 a year to work with him?
What a waste of money. I mean, she would have been having to do some extra work, if you catch my drift.
Wait, did he?
To earn that $40,000.
Uh-oh, apparently, Nina's getting felt in her check. Good. Keep going, guys.
Well, she's pissed off because Sean said that it shouldn't be a 16-year-old's responsibility to take care of his parents.
Yeah, she's shitting on Sean.
She's losing her mind about that.
And shitting on Yellow Flash is actually evil for, like, in the DMs.
Although you just use common fucking sense and realize that it's the parents' job to parent and not children's.
Yeah.
You know, it ultimately, the buck stops with the head of the household. It stops with Nick Ricada. He's the one responsible for this massive failure and shame upon his family. It's not Sean's fault. It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's his fault.
Yeah.
And you can't sweep it up. It's over. And you really think that he's gonna reward you? Like, is he paying you?
Now, apparently she's telling her own chat to f themselves because our people, like, expose the truth. They're like, why are you doing this? Yellow Flash is cool, by the way. Like, if you hear it, like, Yellow Flash used to be friends with Nick. He's, like, devastated this happened. And he's like, Nick, he's like, I can't believe I'm even saying this.
It's like full-on Baldo bunker bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, straight up. You're sitting in the bunker coping and seething about stuff that's already been, like, settled. It's already basically a settled matter that the guy is a fucking scumbag and his reputation is destroyed. You, Nina Infinity, will not be fixing said problem. Like, these are problems that Nick Ricada himself needs to deal with,
and only Nick Ricada can solve. Why she thinks she's gonna come in and get all the support for doing that is crazy.
By the way, if you make off a Yellow Flash for what? For yelling at his friend? That's what a real friend would do. So we can knock it off. That's what a real friend does. Not go, it's your kid's fault. Nina Infinity,
crazy.
You are Friday f***ing main course. How does that feel? You know what? These people, I'm sick of it. We're not even
it's disgusting. No,
just being like,
not today.
No.
If today we're just like chill, we're going through it.
Yeah.
I'm not ranting and raving, screaming, hollering. Just like quietly delivering a reasonable, common sense take. Oh my God, can you believe what they've done?
The poor victim, Nicholas Ricada. He's not the victim. He's the victimizer of his own family, his children, his dog. He hurts the helpless. Are you kidding me? He's completely abandoned, derelicted his duty as a father, and just told his children to starve and be stinky because daddy needs an 8-ball. There's very few people on the internet that are as disgusting and depraved as that. Seriously.
You're in fact downplaying it. You're being nice.
I know. And this is a guy who told us he was trad dad. wholesome family man, father of 5. The kids are homeschooled because we can't trust the public school system's filth. I don't know, I almost trust the public school system's filth over having to see the children be parented by a polycule.
I do.
A bunch of coke-headed polycule alcoholic degenerates with ketamine pills versus the public school system. I don't know. That's how crazy we're actually defending the public school system at this point.
I hate that we have to even like consider that idea.
Holy
shit. Hey, Ash, it's your fault and it's my fault. We're the ones who never fed the kids and put the coke up his fucking nose.
Yeah,
it's our fault.
It's our fault. It's
Flash's fault.
It's the Kiwi farms, guys. No. These are the people that we've listed who have documented the downfall. The downfall is still on Ricada. But he was so stressed. What a pussy. What a little bitch.
You know what I mean?
I'm so stressed. For the cocaine.
Imagine.
He's a grown man. He's 42 years old.
Yes. Stressed. Take coke. What?
And Jimmy the Chris says then take a break. And he did. He only streamed like once or twice a week and completely abandoned his locals bonus content. And even still, it was too much stress. Like, I have to say it. If you can't feed him, don't breed him. He made the choice to be a father to 5 children. And then he made the choice to neglect them. Once you've decided to be a father, you're locked in. For those 18 years, and really for their entire life, you need to be with those children. You need to provide and protect for those children and give them the best chance at success possible. And he didn't do that. He's a failure as a man. He's a failure as a lawyer. He's a failure as a YouTuber. He's a failure all around. And it just, mess cannot be swept. Least of all by Nina Infinity. Oh,
like, you know, who? Holy shit.
I don't know if she's gonna, I don't know if she's gonna go for it, but it is gonna be hard for her to land a job, right?
Well, I mean, I thought, you know, to be honest, I thought she would have went back to her hometown. I thought she could have done what she did before she came aboard here. And she went back and did like painting at the factory and maybe some money doing that. And he built her luck.
What he's saying is that Ethan Van Sciver is blaming Eric July for the hate campaign against Nick.
Stop! I said that's a joke.
It's time to actually just leave Eric July the fuck alone. So we're supposed to believe Eric July is puppeteering Josh Moon. He's puppeteering Mr. Medicare. He's puppeteering the Keno Casino.
Whoa.
Who could believe such bullshit? Who can believe such baldo-washing fables? This is insane.
And Nina Infinity is defending the statement? What?
Eric July...
He makes comic books! And guess what? There are people who like it.
I'm sorry to say, like, Eric July is not Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's so funny.
It's Eric Goldman saying Gabe Hoffman's behind it all.
Yeah, no, it's so funny that it's Lex Luthor. That's what I always picture. Like, he is like a black Lex Luthor for these guys now, right? Because he's just like in the background, but he's controlling everything. That's how they see him. Sorry, EVS. People just buy his comic books. You want to know why? Because he sends them to the people who buy them. And guess what? He makes them pretty quick.
Maybe if EVS had delivered on his goals, you know.
Cyberpunk 3 years late, like.
I know. No, perfect is the enemy of good. Are Eric's comic books perfect? No. Are they done? Yes. So you're like, well, you gotta wait 20 years for my perfect vision. No, actually don't. You know, people would sooner get a product that's good enough and actually is in their hand and they have it, then magically, it's the old saying, a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
Do you understand this? And how much better is fucking Cyberpunk really than Eric's comic books? It has to be like a magnitude of 10 times better to justify the wait, does it not?
One day, you know what we do? One day we read the first Rippaverse comic and Cyberfrog back to back.
I know.
One day we're gonna review and then we're gonna have a fucking voting session. How about that? And by the way, it's like
EVS said the only reason people are going at Nina is because she went after Eric, and Eric might be the mastermind behind all of this.
I didn't even know that until a minute ago.
This tonight on his live stream.
Wow.
There's just so much nonsense going on with this stuff that you can't keep up with.
The mastermind.
So it was Eric July who set all of this in motion, who contacted the pastor and said, I'm making the call. Like, come on, who can believe this lunatic shit?
By the way, do you know what Eric July's, what his take was about this whole Nick? He offered Nick Ricada money for rehab.
He said he'd pay for Ricada's rehab. Generous July.
You know, generous July.
Generous July.
What
Eric
a king.
July offering that to Ricada.
What a king after
it's
everything
kingly.
Nick has said about him. Nick has said the worst things about him ever. I'm pretty sure including the N-word. Yikes. But he offers him fucking.
What this really is, I'm just gonna say this now. They already know they've lost anybody with a brain in their fucking head. Anybody that's normal, anybody with a brain, anyone with any sort of morals, anybody with their head screwed on straight, they've already lost them. So they're just looking to keep the most die-hard Baldo washers in line by giving them some sort of cope conspiracy to believe in. And the hope is that the people are so delusional and so like dumb and deluded by their worship of Rekieta as their internet daddy, their father figure, this conservative king, that they'll just go along with whatever conspiracy to justify it and sweep up his sins. And it's gonna work for a certain portion of the audience that just, no matter what, doesn't want to believe he did anything wrong. But they're gonna lose the vast majority of people, and they're gonna lose credibility in the eyes of pretty much everybody else. So I don't know if it's really worth it. It seems really dumb.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, so Nina is running cover for Anna, aka that Star Wars girl,
But it's
and
like,
Melanie
it's
Mac.
like desperate attention whoring from these women. Like Star Wars girl, Melanie Mac, Nina Infinity, like, I don't even know who the these people really are.
Yeah, just tell
Sorry for the audio. My PC's fucking up.
But the fact of the matter is they're inserting themselves into this, trying to make it all about them so they can take the slings and arrows for Rekieta, because they're all a part of these grifting group chats where this conspiracy comes around to defend Rekieta, to suck every last drop of profit out of him. And the moment that it gets too fucking hard for them to defend, you'll see these people switch up real quick, because all they give a fuck about is making $1. And that's where they see that there's money in Rekieta still. He's gonna make a comeback, and it's just delusional.
Life, like her name's gonna now, her last.
Saved himself.
I think that's where I want to take my life as I'm pushing 30. And by the way, guys, April doesn't do coke in the morning. She wakes me up, and you know what she says every morning? She leans in very tenderly. She goes into my ear and says, "Smoke crack with me, bro."
That's hilarious. See?
Oh, look at her face when he says that. Look at this.
And by the way, guys, April doesn't do coke in the morning. She wakes me up, and you know what?
Did you see her nose? Like her nose activated, and she snorted as he was saying that.
Yeah, look at this. Watch. Wow, by the way, but this woman sucks off Rekieta.
That's hilarious. See, now if we had crack, maybe we wouldn't be tired in the mornings, even though.
Whoa!
We got
already. She was planning out her future as a dirty crack gutter slut.
You know, or present. She's planning out her present.
Would, because crack lasts like.
Oh, really?
Crack burns. Oh my God.
How do you know that? See, I don't know this.
Snoop Dogg told me. When I was a little kid, Snoop Dogg told me.
About crack.
Yeah, in his Behind the Music or whatever. He said, "Oh yeah, you smoke crack." It's like,
wow.
Crack is fucking whack, kids. Stay off the crack.
That was the extended cut.
Okay, now this really might be the most disturbing of all. So we got to bear with this, because for the first 50 seconds, Aaron, the attention whore, has got to show off his chihuahua or whatever. So let's bear with the wholly unbearable fucking cringe of this.
All right, here we go.
People want to see you, bud. Come here. Come here, Gordon. People are worried that
I am pro showing pets on shows, by the way.
Gordy's here.
I
He just
know
doesn't
you
like
are.
me.
Oh, Gordy's alive. Oh, Gordy's alive. Are you happy, buddy? You've gotten fatter. Yeah.
I'd hate to see what he looked like before he got fatter, because he looks like skin and bones to me.
You've gained a little weight because you've been eating properly. Because you
wait. So you hadn't been feeding the dog when you were at Rekieta's?
Yeah, the dog wasn't fed properly.
Stop it.
He just keeps dunking on himself over and over and over.
Oh my God.
Oh, isn't it so cute and funny? And I'm making a reference to the whole situation. Ha 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 ha. It's not really so funny, man. You were directly responsible for it. You were a part of it. It's one thing when an outsider makes fun of it, but when you try and make a big joke out of it, to me, it just comes across as cringe. I think you should be ashamed of yourself. I think you probably should get the fuck off the air because you're a cuck bum who doesn't really have much talent anyway. And you're just embarrassing yourself, your family, and your children by continuing to talk about this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you've been gaining some weight. I am so happy that there is no more of that white